Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are amazing. I don't care what anyone says, have your own opinion. These games are amazing. I know it's extremely buggy and the frames sometimes are absolutely atrocious, but I had so much fun playing these games that I didn't even mind. It delivered almost everything I want from a newer Pokemon game, at least gameplay-wise, and it mostly delivered with the story and plot, but not to the same degree as the gameplay, though it was very close. These games have been so much fun to play. I just completed them recently and I'm in the post-game now, and still I'm having an amazing time just doing different things, shiny hunting, doing obvious post-game story stuff. It's great. I think they did a very good job with the gameplay loop of these games, rather than sticking with their same traditional beat gyms, beat evil team, beat Elite Four post-game. Like, there's still all that there, which is stuff that I love from the past games, so I'm happy that they returned, but it's everything new that they added that really put it over the top for me. Also, this is kind of a side note, but I just found out that the ominous stakes that you can find all over the map are related to a number of legendary Pokemon, and that is so good. I haven't found all of them yet, but I'm excited to. And this is what I've been begging for since Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Legendaries that aren't just handed to you at the end of the game for the sake of having them. I'd like to actually work for my legendaries, or at least have to solve some kind of puzzle, or at least have it be some kind of story-related thing that aids you in getting these legendaries, or I don't know, something like that. I miss the old games where you would have to travel through some weird, like, extra cave or dungeon or solve some puzzle, and then you get your legendary. I feel like that's so much more rewarding. But like with most games for me, it's not just the gameplay that has to stand out, it's also the story and the plot. Now this game, it might have been a little less grand in terms of the scale. For example, we were a school student doing semi-larger tasks rather than just a kid who ends up saving the entire world, and I liked this just as much as I didn't like it. Now me personally, I love long, drawn-out stories with immense build-up, like a game like God of War, for example. But I realize Pokemon games aren't really made to compete with those types of stories, so that's kind of an unfair comparison. But in terms of Pokemon games, Black and White is kind of the gold standard for me, and for a lot of people actually. And I don't think Scarlet and Violet necessarily reaches to that degree, but in terms of the overall themes, I would say that it kind of does. It just feels a lot less drawn out and built up to me. But maybe that's just me being stuck in the past, stuck in my nostalgia. And like I said, this game might have not been as built up, but in terms of the plot with the end game, spoiler alert by the way, with the like time travel and everything, that is a very grand scale thing. It's just not something that's like world ending like in the older games. Like, it's not that type of issue, but there's a lot of things that actually make up for that for me. And it sounds like I just spent a long time hating on the story and comparing it to things that I prefer and I would like more. But as I said, I like it just as much as I dislike it. The story, while not feeling as built up, was extremely hard-hitting, and I would say generally more relatable for audiences. Like the story with Arvin trying to save his Mabostiff? I hope I said that right, I probably didn't. Well, it was so sad and actually very unexpected from a Pokemon game. It genuinely got me feeling something and feeling like bad for him, while also fleshing out Arvin's character in a really good way. And I know they've dealt with like death in Pokemon games before, but I don't think anything that was so direct and so relatable for general audiences. Like, so many people can relate to a loss like Arvin's or a potential loss like his, rather than something like an evil cult trying to control the weather or literally like destroy the Pokemon world. Like, it's a lot more relatable. Then the story with Arvid's parent not really being there for them, depending on which game you have, which professor you end up with. Them not being there for him throughout his childhood, it's absolutely heartbreaking, and I'm certain that hits a lot closer to home for people than a lot of the older plot themes. So that's what I mean when I say it's not as grand in scale, but it's really hard-hitting, and I absolutely love it. I thought it was super good, super well done. Again, I would only really ask for things to be like a little bit more built up, but you could kind of guess what was going on based off of the Pokemon you were encountering and the Titans and stuff, and it was like, you could kind of figure it out. But the ending with the major plot twist, super, super unexpected. I loved it. I thought that was amazing, and I think they did a really good job with the story overall. But story only gets you so far in a game. The gameplay is what makes it a game, and I would say they did an amazing job with the gameplay. Despite all the bugs and the frame rate issues and all the other issues, the gameplay was super, super fun. I really loved exploring the world and just kind of running around catching things. I really love the collection aspect of Pokemon, and it was super cool to me to be able to see them just roaming the world. The Pokemon weren't as integrated into the world as I would have liked, but considering all the other issues, I feel like it was fine. It was like not the gold standard, but it was like good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. When I first got the games, I was thinking, all right, I don't know about all this other stuff, all this Team Star shenanigans. I really just want to do the gyms. The gyms are like the classic thing to do, right, in the Pokemon games. But as soon as I started the game, I felt compelled to do kind of all of them together, because that's kind of just how I play games, I guess. And as soon as I started the Team Star things, it was super good, super fun. Not my favorite in terms of the gameplay, because it was mostly the auto battling thing, but it was a good way to show off the auto battling feature and kind of force people into trying it out. But the story with the Team Star crew was phenomenal, very good. The whole anti-bullying themes, very good. I like their whole backstory and everything. I thought that was amazing. And then the Titans, I thought that was an awesome way to introduce some kind of new thing. And I love the idea of Titan Pokemon. There's always been these sightings of giant Pokemon in the anime, and I always thought that would be super cool, but not in like a Dynamax way. I don't know. I didn't super love Dynamax and Sword and Shield. That's just me. But the idea of these Titan Pokemon that are giant and they're getting their like extra power from the things that they're eating and the environment that they're in, I thought that was a very, very cool idea, a very cool concept. And I enjoyed those like boss battle encounters. Very cool. I would like to see more of those in the future going forward. And like I said, the thing that I was mainly focused on when I first started, the gyms, like very fun. It was like a tiny bit underwhelming, but I feel like that could have been fixed with both story and gameplay. The towns didn't feel as fleshed out and as memorable to me, but there were a few that I like super enjoyed seeing. They were really fun to kind of explore and look around. Also a side note and kind of a con for me, can't enter the houses. What's up with that, Pokemon? What's going on with that? The old games, I know it's not very realistic to just walk into everybody's house, but it gave an extra level of exploration, and I don't think it would have been too hard to let us explore a couple of those houses, the shops at least. Exploration wise, I feel like there's stuff that I probably still haven't seen, so I feel like that can kind of make up for the lack of exploration in the towns, but the exploration in towns makes them more memorable. Yeah, like I can remember town names and town songs from like very old games, like Emerald and all those games. You play a song, I'll know what it is, most likely. These games, no idea, not a clue. But anyway, the gyms, they would have been more memorable with some better towns and things like that, and being able to find the gyms and like do stuff to find the gym leaders like in the past game, stuff like that. I don't know. Something that I didn't super love was the gym challenges. I was expecting something like a lot better compared to the challenges in Sword and Shield, and they were better, but they were not great. They were not amazing. I didn't find them difficult at all. I would have preferred more trainers to come at you and battle you, maybe some auto battling stuff mixed in. It could have been really, really good, but it was just a little disappointing. But that was just one part of it. The whole plot line with Nimona and like trying to rival her because she's already a champion level trainer, I thought that was super cool and a really unique thing to do. And me and my girlfriend again were like, yo, she prestige, this is crazy. She's just going through this all again for fun. We thought that was a super cool like thing to do in the story and in the game. All right, I feel like I was kind of rambling a little bit, but overall, I super loved the games. They were amazing. If you have a chance to play them, you should play them. I'll leave a link down in the description so you can go purchase them. And if you'd ever like to see me play some Pokemon games, maybe do some shiny hunting or some tutorials, leave a comment down below. I would be super down to do that. I just didn't do them with these games because I've kind of had a whole FNAF theme going with the channel recently, but I'm trying to break out of that, kind of, you know, expand, do more games, do more things. But yeah, I highly recommend this game. Super, super fun. Hopefully a patch will come out that fixes a lot of the bugs and a lot of the frame rate issues, because that's been super bad. But other than that, I had an amazing time. I'm sure you will too. If you enjoyed similar things to these games that I do, I hope that made sense. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more videos. All my social media stuff is in the description below, along with my Discord if you want to talk to me about these games, other games, anything, all the things. Thank you for watching. See you all in the next one, and goodbye.